I want to dive into the numbers and things like that. However, don't have a ton to share. I think it'd be really beneficial to go over expenses, especially the startup expenses and what to expect. So I can go over that while I'm in this video. And then I also kind of want to talk about what's working, what's not working, even though it's only been 3 weeks. My biggest win so far. And then let's just kind of wrap it up with where I think I am going and potentially going into week 4. I've been excited this last week off of some of the momentum that I'm trying to build around just networking, really, more than anything else. Like, I've had a lot of good meetings and opportunities to meet folks. So I feel like there's actual momentum moving in the right direction now. But marketing's hard is one of the things I'm going to talk about here in a second. So we've done only a handful of jobs. I'm on week 4. We've done 5 jobs for total revenue of, let me see, $450. Yeah, so we're just slugging along. I contribute a lot of this slowness to a couple things. I think one of the things is that it's monsoon season here in Phoenix. We're an exterior cleaning company. Most of the folks I talk to want to schedule at the end of what monsoon season would be, so they don't get their house clean and then monsoon hits. Now it's all dirty and dusty again, which makes sense. And so that's one of the biggest things. I've been booking jobs. I've been putting jobs on the calendar. They're just sometimes right now it's August 7th, so sometimes they're at the end of September or even into October. So anyways, I hope around that time we're really going to start to take off. But I contributed that. I also contributed to we're a brand new business. Like, I'm working on Google Business Profile. It's getting better. We have 7 reviews, 5-star reviews, and comments. I'm posting pictures of jobs of our guys, but we just don't have the foundation that a lot of the other companies do that are in the area that have similar services. So we're still building, and then brand awareness as well. It's like nobody knows who we are. We're a brand new business. So those 3 things, and that's just going to take time, and it's going to take money, and it's going to take just building a recognizable brand in our market. So we're going to slowly get going, but that's kind of where we're at right now with revenue. Let's see, next week so far we have 2 jobs, hoping a 3rd, but I mean 2 jobs in 1 week, like, and these are real jobs too. They're not jobs where I know the person and I'm like reaching out to them and asking like, hey, can we come clean your stuff for like $50? Like, these are jobs that folks found us via our marketing tactics. One was a networking event I went to, and I met a guy there, and he called me like a couple weeks ago and was like, hey, our house is super dirty. Can you come clean all the windows? I said, yes, that'd be awesome. So that's a good one. The other one is, I found this guy, I sent him an email. He was from the previous Window Genie who shut his doors here in Phoenix about 5 years ago. From a list of customers that he had, I sent out a big email. He responded. He has 2 properties. He wants us to come over and clean one of them. So that's great. The other one I really hope is going to happen. I got an email, same thing from that same list, of somebody wanting an entire house wash, which typically means also a window clean. So these are good things, and we're starting to hopefully move a little bit. So if we can do 3 jobs next week, I mean, we've done 4 total. So 3 next week would be awesome. And we just need to keep building on that momentum. So that's where we are now. Like I said, our revenue, we've made like $400. there are a lot of expenses when it goes to opening a new business. I feel like I should dedicate almost like an entire 15-minute video talking about where we are expenses wise. So we're going to skip expenses today, just talk about revenue, and we're going to go into like what is working. And I think as a new business owner, the number one thing that's working for me right now is just networking, like getting out, being the face, and meeting people. And it's also what I really enjoy. Like I actually was thinking when I got into this how fun it would be to go out and network my own business, not like somebody else's. And so I think that's actually working. That's where I've gotten some jobs. It's when I feel the most energetic about the momentum that we have building is when I'm out talking to people, when I'm out making connections and seeing how we can mutually help each other out. And so a couple weeks ago, I attended a BNI group. For anybody who doesn't know BNI, I think it's Business Networking International, I think. But anyways, it's like a group. There's groups all over communities. Here in Scottsdale, there's probably 20 to 30 BNI groups, and you meet weekly. It's generally about an hour and a half, and the room is full of people in small businesses in your community. And each person there represents a certain service and seat, so there's not a duplicate. And I found a great group here in Scottsdale that I was connected with via a BNI business development person, somebody who reached out to me via email and said, hey, you might be a good fit for this group. The group is made up of about 60 individuals. And the discussion is really around what the businesses in the room do, what a good referral is for your business, and like how you can help each other. So I can talk a little bit about the structure, but essentially in a BNI meeting, you walk in, you sit around a big table. There's 60 people there. Go over some metrics. Go over like the performance of the group, which is tracked on a weekly basis. So financials, referrals, all sorts of numbers that lead to the group succeeding together as a whole. And then you each take about 20 seconds. You stand up in front of the entire group of 60 people and you say who you are, what you do, and what a good referral is for you. So, for example, if I stood up, I'd say, hey, I'm Austin. I own the Window Genie here in the Valley. We do exterior cleaning services. We are specialists. We clean windows. We clean houses. We clean solar panels. When you're thinking in the next couple months about that holiday lighting, give us a call because we put up and install holiday lighting and permanent lighting. A great referral for me would be anybody in this room who owns a property. If you're a real estate agent or a property manager, even better, I would love to connect with you and see how we can build and bring an overall enhancement to your properties by cleaning the exterior portion of it. I don't know, something like that. I haven't really refined it. And then I'd sit down, I would say my tagline at the end. Everybody in the room would repeat my tagline back to me. I'd say, I'm Austin with Window Genie, a done right promise. And then everybody in the room would say, a done right promise. And then I would literally sit down, the next person would stand up and do the same thing. And so that's what it is. It's very structured, literally like it's timed. So a ringer is going off at the end of your 20 seconds. It's time for you to sit down. Anyway, and then at the end, you kind of do the same thing, talk about referrals. You stand up, you have 15 seconds to talk about why you liked the meeting, a good referral that you received from somebody in the room, or one that you, a referral that you referred somebody out to somebody else in the room. So you can talk a little bit about that. It's an awesome group. So that's what I feel like is working, especially in that networking group. I'm meeting people. I'm having people reach out to me. I'm also finding people in the group that like I can use. And I'm really looking forward to like connecting with one guy individually about how we can ramp up on social media and ad spend on social media. It's just like something I'm not doing at all. And he seems to have a lot of success with a lot of other service industries. So this is just a guy I met in BNI. we had coffee. We kind of talked about what he could do, and I think I'm going to start using him because he seems to have a lot of good success with other folks. So, BNI is great. You also you're kind of required. You have some requirements of being part of the group, things that you commit to doing. One of them is weekly one-on-ones. So I hope to do a one-on-one this week. Somebody reached out to me after the meeting on Thursday, and I was like, yeah, let's do a one-on-one. She's a real estate agent. Like, great referral for me. Great potential referral for me. And then also, hopefully, I can feed things back to her, too, as I meet people. And so, like, it's a partnership. And so I think BNI, like, if you're just getting going in something, finding something that works for you. And it doesn't have to be BNI, but to me right now, I feel like there's going to be a lot of value coming out of it. And I kind of leave the meetings a little energized and being like, okay, I can actually do this. I went to an Alignable event, like look up Alignable. That's where we're cleaning the guy's house tomorrow. I met him there. It's free. It's just an app. They do a wine event in Scottsdale once a month. So that's where I met this guy. There's tons of ways to network. I joined the Chamber of Commerce last week, and so I'm looking forward to going to those meetings. But one of the things I actually wanted to do with this business is like get involved in the community, get involved with the people around us, get involved with our neighbors, like have people know who we are. And so part of that is joining these groups and being present. And so that's my, that's what I'm doing. That's what I feel like is really working right now. Where some of like the long end, back end marketing, emails, direct mail, paid ads, Google business profile, things like that, they just take time. There's no way, like you can't rush direct mailers. It just needs to take time to get your brand in front of people. And so doing the things of like getting in front of people right now where I can build a network and like bring value in the actual moment is what I'm focusing on right now. So those have definitely been working. What's not working? For me, what's not working right now is hard to say, honestly. It's kind of an annoying place to be because you don't really know what's not working because you haven't given anything enough time. I would love to say that some things are not working on the marketing thing that I spend a lot of money on each month. However, in all fairness, like I haven't given some of them enough time. So I really don't know what's not working. That's what, analyzing your return on ad spend and going over your budget on a weekly and monthly basis, and going over where your leads are coming from is important because you need to be able to attach a value to the money that you're spending, and you want that money to come back to you bigger, with more money attached to it. And so for 3-4 weeks, 2 months on some of these things that I started a little early, on 1 month, like every month we send out direct mail. So it's just like waiting, trying to figure it out. Talked about the guy I met at BNI with the social media ads, who tends to have a lot of success around here. I really like to get involved in that. That is not that requires a lot of my monthly budget to do that. But I do feel like people spend so much time on Facebook, Instagram, especially, that not having a presence there might be more detrimental than not. So thinking about changing there. My biggest win comes from also BNI. Like I went to BNI for 1 week. The first time I ever went, I was a guest. I was a visitor. And so when I got there, I started meeting people. After everybody stands up, you kind of have an idea of like, hey, I'm a visitor. Here are the people that seems like they align with what I do. I want to talk to this person. And there was this lady that stood up, and she was a commercial cleaning company, and she passed around her flyers to every single person there. And I was like, okay, I need to go talk to her. And so after the meeting was over, I went over and talked to her. And it turns out all they do is post-construction cleaning, which is pretty cool. They don't get on ladders and they don't clean the outside of buildings. So we exchanged information. She said, hey, I think I have some things in the back of my mind that you might be good to partner with on. And so a couple weeks went by, I didn't really hear anything. Then out of nowhere, she was like, hey, can you come meet me at this construction site here in a couple days? And I said, absolutely, I'll meet you there. And so met her at this construction site. It's a big building downtown Phoenix. They are cleaning the inside after the renovation is done, and they need to partner with a company to clean all of the windows inside and outside. And so we walked around, and then last week we will be a subcontractor of their company, but went out, put together a bid, put together an estimate, and they included that in their bid for the post-construction cleanup of this. So that would be a huge win for us if we could secure that and make that happen. That would be huge. It's a big number. It's a big building. That would be like the biggest win so far and make up for like a lot of the slowness that we got going on right now. So it's just, again, like networking. I met this person once, and then all of a sudden a couple weeks later she's like, hey, do you want to go check out this building and grab lunch? And I was like, yes, absolutely. So networking, like when you get going, strategic networking. It has to be strategic, and that's one of the reasons I like BNI, is because it seems real and direct and like it's going to work. So anyways, the post-construction cleanup, that's by far the biggest win here so far. My goal for next week, man, I need some more commercial business. I gotta go hit up commercial accounts. I spent a lot of today. I stopped by a bunch of hotels in Phoenix and Scottsdale area, trying to talk to people, trying to leave my business cards, saying, hey, who cleans your windows? Who does your Christmas lighting? Like, let us help you out with these things. So just getting our name out there, being present. But that's my big goal next week. Keep networking, keep going. My biggest lesson so far, there's going to be ups and downs, times where you feel like it can't happen, but you just got to keep going. That's really the main thing. The biggest lesson is just keep going, because momentum is built whether you feel it or not, but you just got to keep going. So keep trying to make connections, sending emails, phone calls, walking into businesses. That's my biggest lesson, and especially right now in Phoenix, in my market. This is like this slowness of the last July and what I feel like August is a small look into the window of what next summer might be like. So I, in my head, am trying to fill these 2-3 months during monsoon season with businesses to get business from that need the cleaning. A hotel, a 4.5, 5-star hotel, 4-star hotel, even 3.5-star hotel in Scottsdale, they don't leave their windows dirty for 3 months. Like, they get them cleaned. A restaurant in Old Town, a restaurant in Kierland, in Biltmore, in Paradise Valley, like, those windows are being cleaned. They're not just sitting there. And so finding a way to fill these slow months right now is like my biggest lesson. I need to do that now, and that will help us a ton in the future. So whatever. But yeah, that's where we are right now. $400. $450 or something of revenue. That's it. Got to keep going, I guess.